I'm only asking you to do one arm bar. Don't look stupid on the camera. Garbage, guys. That's a fail. You flush it down the toilet. It's garbage. Shoot in the garbage can. Garbage. Welcome to Fight City Gym Talk. You are here with Eric Wahlin, and today we are doing our MMA class on how to beat a black belt in an MMA fight. That's a jiu-jitsu black belt. Jiu-jitsu is crazy complicated, but it doesn't have to be. MMA is very complicated, but it doesn't have to be. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down and we're gonna show you how you can take simple moves and beat really high-level jiu-jitsu guys with jiu-jitsu. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section telling me what you want to learn about MMA in an upcoming episode. Also, link in the description for all the gear that you might need. Plus, don't forget, guys, I wrote a book. You can link in the description as well to pick up that book I wrote. In today's class, we're going to go over the 5 most basic submissions in MMA. With that being said, these are the high percentage subs. We went over it the other day, rear naked chokes. That's going to be one of them. But let's start, guys, with a bottom guard arm triangle. If you get the bottom guard arm triangle right, you don't have to do any workouts. If you get it wrong, then you got to do a workout because of it. Right now, guys, show me bottom guard triangle. Is this weekend Daniel's fighting August 11th and Michael's fighting. So I don't really want to beat the guys up too much today, but I do want to test them and I do want to punish them if they don't know these simple subs. Let's see how they're doing. Time for learning and experimenting is over. Viking, since you're down there, so let's start over. Show me a bottom guard triangle choke. Go ahead. Close, but there's no way he's going to land that sub in a real fight. Okay, doesn't count. So you're going to have to do 50 jump lunges. Just remember that. We're going to let you do your workout at the end. Okay, Daniel, let's have you do it. Oh. There's one little thing you missed on it. And the reason I'm being hard on him is he got it, but he's got a fight coming up. He needs to know what that one detail is. Do it one more time. He got it that time. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to teach these guys how to do it. But Michael, let's see you do it. Same thing. He got it, but he's got a fight coming up. It's got to be better. Do it again, Michael. So he missed the little detail that Daniel picked up. Do you see what he's doing, Daniel? What you did right and what he's still basically missing? Okay, Austin, let's do it. Daniel's was the best, so Daniel, why don't you stay with me, and I'm going to keep talking about the move to the camera. You guys, why don't you go do 50 jump lunges while Daniel and I talk the move real quick. So one thing that Austin was doing, Austin was kind of going like this and around, but really, guys, we can just shove. Now, the thing is, a lot of chaos goes on right here. Notice I'm also kind of loading my foot on his hip, and I'm starting to kick him right here. So basically, I'm just going to be shoving and then coming up. I want to get my knee up past his ear, cut him off on a 90 degree. You know, so I'm starting to go 90 degrees this way, figure 4 like so, and I'm coming over his arm. And that's the detail that Daniel picked up on the second time, is Daniel went over his arm right there. So we're locked up like this, and come over his head, pull it down, and I'm going to hip up as I pull it down. So come, guys, let me show it one more time. So there's a lot of reasons why the hands may be separated, and I'm not going to talk too much about that, but for drill's sake, I like to just take one of the hands, shove it down. The hand that shoves down, I'm lifting off this hip here, coming hips off the mat, and I want to cut him. I almost want to like punch him in the back of the head. So I'm right here, and I punch him in the back of the head. That arm goes off to the side, I'm over his arm. And now I've even got an arm bar right there. I got that arm bar. Now, a lot of you guys are going here. If you have to, it's not a big deal, you can. You can even come in and grab like that and almost get that choke right there. But if everything's done right, we don't need to. We can just go just like this, here, and then I'm gonna, it's hard but like, I wanna be hipping and pulling like that. Make sense? Okay, do a couple good ones, just the way I showed it. Try it. Next move, guys, an arm bar. The thing about the arm bar is it can be hit from bottom, it can be hit from top, it can be hit from all sorts of positions. If you do 10,000 arm bars, you'll figure out how to hit an arm bar all over the place. Now, I'm not saying you should train one arm bar 10,000 times. You could. Why don't you do this arm bar 1,000 times, and then this arm bar 1,000 times, and then that arm bar 1,000 times? There's a lot of different arm bars. Today, guys, I'm only asking you to do one arm bar. Don't look stupid on the camera. If you don't show me a good arm bar, you have to do 100 mountain climbers. Man, that's a fail. You'll never land an arm bar if it takes you 20 minutes to figure it. Just 1 second and we'll get that arm bar. Gosh dang, fail.
Flush that arm bar down.
I saw someone land one over here. Who's up? Flush that arm bar down the toilet. It's garbage. Remember, you can do this arm bar from anywhere, guys. It doesn't have to be bottom guard, unless that's the only one you know. Garbage, guys. Flush it down the toilet. All right, Bo, show it to me from the beginning. Show it to me from the beginning.
This one is easy. I should have done this one.
Crumple it up. Shoot it in the garbage can. Garbage. Let me show it real quick and then have you guys do it. Then you go do your 100 mountain climbers. So bottom guard, since we were in bottom guard, the thing about arm bars is I can hug both of them or I can isolate one of them in a fight, guys. A lot of times I might just throw this one, be passing it, and grabbing over his shoulder like that. So there's a lot of reasons I might be just picking on one. And sometimes guys will just lay and pray. So it'll just lay and pray on me here. At which point I might just be picking up both sides. I've got him hooked on this side. I've got him again hooked over here on this side. So depending on why his arms are doing certain things, this is gonna be what I pick up. So let's go back to that punch one, because that's a very common one. I go past it, I'm just gonna grab that shoulder, okay? And I can even kind of parry it like I'm right here. Go ahead and throw it one more time. Boom, boom, okay? Foot goes up onto his hip. I'm gonna kick him with this one over here. That's on his face. I'm right here. Notice my knees are tight together. I'm gonna keep his thumb up to the sky. He's gonna hip up right there. I could bully him and hit him right here, but I don't need to. I can just stay under him and hit that one more time. So he goes to throw a punch, boom, boom. And honestly, kind of the higher up I can hang on this, the better off I'm gonna be. Here. And sometimes see how this arm is lined up with his arm? A lot of times I don't even want to pull it out. I'm just going to leave it laid in like that. Here, I can just hit that arm bar right there. And the reason I'm keeping this in here is I want grip. I don't want him to be able to shrimp out that direction. Can you kind of hip out that way? I don't want him to be able to do that. So if I can keep this here and I'm hooking him with this leg and I'm also hooking him with this leg, he's not going anywhere. Now I can just lay back and hit that arm bar right there. He can't just simply wiggle out of it. Go do 50 mountain climbers, come back and try it. Don't forget, guys, 100 mountain climbers. Let's go. Let's get your knees to your elbows, guys. Knees all the way up to your elbows. The guillotine or guillotine, I like to kind of transition it more into just like a front headlock choke. And the reason I'm going to call it more of a front headlock choke, come here, Daniel, is a lot of guys will maybe get into it here, and it's just a variation of it, and then they're going to jump onto their back and hope they can land it here. Okay, so it's a very productive sub. People land all the time. But what's a major flaw with this move right here? So if I end up, and he's covered in Vaseline, sweat, and blood, this head pops right out, and now he's in top position. I'd rather not give him that top position. So I prefer standing guillotines. A lot of times I just kind of refer to them as front headlock chokes. So front headlock chokes, I like to just say head and basket. So I'm taking this head, I'm gonna snap it, boom, head and basket. So now I can do a variation of chokes, which I want you guys to do. I don't want to show too much, but give me some sort of either chokes from here or go down on your knees, chokes from here. either or. On your knees chokes, on your feet chokes. The thing is, most of the chokes are the same. A lot of the chokes that I can hit right here, I can also hit right here. So, who's gonna go first? If you don't get it right, you're gonna have to do 50 sprints. Show me one more time. That one works.
It's too tall.
So you're right on the tall thing, but this choke still works. I just got to snap him down. You were letting him stay straight up and down with you. Get him a little bit more, and then I'm going to come in, and we're going to come up just like that. Does that make sense? I broke him down, and then I picked him back up, and so that'll work a lot better on tall people. So you didn't get it. That's a fail. Okay, you two still need to do it. There we go. You'll notice that the ones that you worked pretty simple, it was just the head. And there's nothing wrong with just going with the head. So you're right here. I like to take that. I'm going to turn it past his chin. So a lot of times guys will just go here. So tuck your chin. And they're just kind of stuck here. And you end up just cranking on their chin. Which it hurts, it sucks. Well, might as well do it. But if you can go here, I like to roll past the chin. Makes sense? So I'm coming in here, I'm gonna roll past the chin. Now when I lock that up, I'm on all neck right there. Here and here, I'm gonna keep everything in front of me. And there's a quick little tap. Now, you're not wrong on the head and the arm. But we gotta break them down a little bit, shoot that arm out, and hit them up like that. Okay, you notice that one was, I got it in so deep, little bicep flex, and that move lights up. So the one no one showed was, come here, Michael. I felt bad. I'm just cranking on. I'm just cranking on Bo's neck here. So more of an anaconda type choke because your biceps on the neck is what Daniel was doing. Okay. Now we're going to switch it to more of a Darce type choke where I come out to the side and I'm here. I call that the choke bone or the radius. So now the choke bone will be right up upside his neck. This one will come around. And my whole goal is to get that to just shut everything down right there on that kind of karate chop in. So we're here, and I can just stand up with this guy and get it just like that. Boom, we're just gonna suck it in. So one more time, I can go this direction on what is more like a Darce variation. I can go this way, which is more of like an anaconda type variation. I can go just his head right here. And that goes both left and right side. And the one I haven't showed, Male shows in one of my videos just quickly though, is I call it the Colt choke because we all just stand around like we're doing some sort of ritual right here. But I'm here and I hit it in and I just stay with them. Boom, I just hit them right there on the Adam's apple. That's a nasty one. That one hits hard and fast. And that one's not so much hips, but more just bicep strength. You want to stay with them. A lot of times when guys come in here and they hip it right out. I was fighting for a title, a Steelfist, Ben Fuamanu, and I did exactly that. I was right here, I went to crank it, and Vaseline and sweat, it said popped right out. If I would have stayed in the pocket, I probably would have landed that choke on him. So there's a bunch of variations in the front headlock choke. You don't need to be a black belt to know this stuff. You just got to pick 2 or 3 of them, be very good at them. You'll find them all the time. And one we didn't talk about, I call it the wrestler's choke, where you end up doing something like this, and you come around that way. There's all sorts of chokes right there that you can hit guys with in MMA relentlessly. Yes, it was Daniel.
Yeah, it was.
Daniel knew he failed. All right, Daniel, 50 sprints. Yep, every time you go down, that counts as 1. Let's go 10 burpees unless you can tell me what you think the number 2 submission is. Number 2 submission. So submission we haven't done before. We already know the number 1 submission is a rear naked choke. What is the number 2 submission that we have not done yet?
More.
Yes, Kimura. He saved you guys from doing 20 burpees. So, and he remembers it because I don't know if you saw the last video, Austin was lighting everybody up with it. from all over the place, top, bottom, everywhere. So once you understand this move, this is a very popular move in no-gi jiu-jitsu, but the thing is, we might as well bring it over to MMA. When I look up all the MMA websites that talk about the top 10 most common subs, it's always armbar number 2. That could be true, but I don't like the armbar nearly as much as I like the Kimura. So on my list, I put Kimura as number 2. I put armbar a little bit further down. So that's all up for debate. Tell me in the comment section why I'm right, why I'm wrong. But I like Kimura, and I put that as number 2. Now, it can be hit from top, it can be hit from bottom, it can be hit from all over the place. And it's easy to lock in. It's very hard to get out of because it throws your arm into a 90-degree angle where you can't get your arm pulled out of it. Austin, since you've been lighting everybody up, let's see yours first. So hit the same one. That's where your leg needs to be. So I call this the seatbelt leg. This makes it so he can't do a somersault out of it. You had your seatbelt leg the wrong one. You were going here, right? You want to be here. And the reason this is important, Michael, if you'll just do a somersault for me, go ahead. And he gets out of it. Okay, so come back and do it again. Okay, now I got to test the other guys, but I kind of already taught it. Let's just see if you guys do it right. You better do it right. No excuses to do it wrong. I taught the whole thing. If you do it wrong, you got to do 100 box jumps. Bo has already got it wrong. It's 100 box jumps. Do it one more time. This is the best one. I'm telling you, we're talking MMA, right? So go ahead, punch this guy in the stomach, hammer fist, do all this sorts of stuff. They're typically going to shrimp into you. So go ahead and shrimp into me. As he shrimps into me, watch what I do. I take this hand, I grab this glove right here, I'll push this head down, and I'm like this. I'm pinching him with my legs. So this hand's grabbed up, we're here, and we're here. And this is a beast to get out of. And so a lot of times one of their only saving graces is to grab your own shorts. Okay, grab right here on your waistline. Okay, a lot of times they grab their shorts and I can't finish this move. And all I gotta do is I gotta take my chest, I'm gonna slam it down. Then I'm gonna rip it back past his shorts. Usually if you're going 100 miles an hour, boom, boom, they can't get their hands locked into their shorts. So again, he's on his shorts. So I'm gonna slam it down here, boom, and I'm gonna bring it back here. Got it? That's my favorite one. Let's all go, let's do a couple of them and then we'll do our box jumps. This box and that tie are about the same height. So let's get 2 on this. We just did a video, we just did a class on this, guys. Rear naked choke. So I'm not gonna let you guys get away showing me just one rear naked choke. You should know at least 3 different rear naked chokes. I've already mentioned it today. There's more than 3 different rear naked chokes, but you guys should know at least 3 different rear naked chokes. Grab your partner, show them to me. So I'm gonna start with Michael here. Show me 3, Michael. If you can't get it, it's going to be 100 burpees. There he goes with 1. Show me another one. 2, he made a big mistake on that one. Do that one again, see if you can correct your mistake. If you guys are following the channel, you'll know what he's doing wrong. Okay, so you've got 1 down, 1 mistake. Show me 1 more rear naked choke. Not bad. You're still making a mistake on that one. There's still a mistake you're making on it. Okay, so Michael's got to do 100 burpees. He messed it up again. You guys aren't watching the channel, you're not paying attention in class. Okay, so you messed that one up. Show me another one. That's garbage. Show me another one.
Left arm.
Same garbage. Okay, show me, Austin. He finally hit it right, if you guys know what I'm talking about. He finally hit it right. Okay, do the other one. Now you notice he still did the backhand. On this one, because he has head and arm, if he can't get the backhand, I am okay with just doing this. But if that's all you can get, try to lock it by getting your head to touch his head. And try to just pinch it in there best you can. Okay, show me another one, Austin. Did you do bicep on neck, the last one.
No, that was
So you
no.
okay? So do it one more time.
No.
Show me the 2 again.
Okay.
Right. So you notice on this one, he's got more of the Dar style with the choke bone on his neck, and then he switches it, and he does more of the Anaconda style where the biceps on his neck. And they're both good. People always ask me, which one should I go for? The one they give you. That's the one you should go for. So I want you to slice it more. Like, yeah, dig that in and then see if you can touch your head to his head. There we go.
I'm gonna throw up.
Nobody showed me one of my favorites, and I talked about it a lot on the rear naked choke video, so you're still gonna all have to do 100 burpees. It's this one right here, and all I gotta do is that gable grip. Easy breezy stuff, guys. So now you gotta remember, this elbow shoots in, and we just get him right here on this. Now, once again, if he's not tapping, so can you tuck your chin and start pulling my arms down? I can still take this hand right here, shoot it up, and get that slice on the backside and get it even tighter. So sometimes if I feel like I've got the chin beat, I will just flex into it and suck that up. But otherwise, I'm gonna come in just like that, okay? We've all made a lot of mistakes, and we should all know these 5 subs better, okay? Those are 5 simple subs that, like, you don't need to be a black belt, you don't need to be a rocket scientist, you don't need to be a genius. Those are 5 subs. Now, the thing about those 5 subs is within each of those subs, there's a lot of variations. Now, a black belt might know 10 to 12 different variations within each one of those, but you don't need to be a black belt. You just need to know those 5 subs and a few variations of each one of them. Got it? It's really simple stuff. Now, if they're not working in MMA, what's one way to get your submission to work?
Punch.
Punch him, right? I always say, strike to sub, sub to strike. So if you go for a simple rear naked choke and it's not there, punch him a little bit. And then maybe an armbar will present itself. If that armbar is not there, maybe come back up, punch him some more. Body shot, look for that Kimura. And so, like, there's different variations of these moves. And so we're not trying to be black belts, we're trying to be great fighters that can hit a submission in all sorts of different positions. That's all we're trying to do, is just be able to be dangerous and hit submissions everywhere we go. And if it's not working for us, punch them a few more times, then go back to submissions. Punch them a few more times, and then also, a lot of times, you can just finish a ground and pound because you're here stuck on something you're trying to get, and then all of a sudden you're just like, screw it. Boom, boom, and then all of a sudden the ref comes in and stops the fight. But you had his attention over here on a submission, and whap, whap, and now the fight's over. And so, punch to sub, sub to strike, and right now I'm gonna base today's winner off whoever gets 100 burpees first.
Came from the endless, playing with the games, bitch with the chest. Beating on my chest, trying to get my rest. Watch me while I flex. Every win is a blessing, and every L is a lesson. So when I run into rejection, I know it's only redirection. I see the blessings right beside me. The chances of quitting are likely. I do it like I'm in my Nikes. Don't make excuses, they never excite me. Boxes, boxes. I cannot fit in the boxes. Stop it, stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted, exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. Quitting was never an option.
So have you won it now 5 times?
Yeah.
Good.
Weigh 169 Saturday. Mm-hmm. It was my daughter's birthday.
Austin has now won the belt 5 times.
And he eat most of the day on Sunday.
Daniel has now won the belt 4 times. Daniel's got his fight coming up August 11th. Michael's got his fight coming up August 11th. Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, comment. If you need gear, go to fightcityslc.com. And also, I wrote a book. That's in the description as well. And don't forget, guys, you only need to know 5 subs. Sure, there's a lot of variations of those subs, but if you master those 5 subs in an MMA fight, add a little chaos, some punching, some kicking, some knees, and all of a sudden you'll be getting those 5 subs on possibly anybody. Thank you.